Hello friends, my name is Vikas. So friends, in this video we will be discussing some of the most important current affairs of the topic science and technology of October month. This video will be very helpful to you, so do watch the video till the end. So friends, we'll start with our session, but before that we have something important to tell you about. So students, we have an app by the name Carriers Cloud which you can go and download using the Play Store, and it is available only for the Android users as of now. Once you have downloaded and opened the app, you will see a page such as the second screen here. Then you just need to log in with your Google ID, or you can say with your Gmail ID on this application, and once you have logged in, you are ready to use the particular application. As you can see, you will be seeing here my course, all courses, crack current affairs. Just click on any of those and you will be directed to a second page. Here now, what are the features or why we recommend you to use the app? Because on the app we provide you daily current affairs both in English as well as in Hindi. Both Hindi and English current affairs are provided you daily along with the quiz sessions. This is important. We provide you daily with the quiz sessions that will help you to brush up your current affairs that you gained today through our video or any other notes provided. These English and Hindi PDFs are also provided to you daily. This is provided on our app course that you can go and purchase. Two types of courses are there, 1 year plan and a second year plan, which you can opt as per your need. Then we provide you with weekly videos, not just weekly videos on YouTube and monthly videos, daily videos are also given. Apart from that, weekly PDFs of current affairs are provided to you. Compiled PDF of current affairs of the whole week will be provided to you both in English as well as in Hindi. Then similarly for the month also you will be provided a compiled video of the whole month both in English as well as in Hindi PDF for the current affairs that will brush up your current affairs very much. Apart from this, we provide you with the topic wise current affairs, topics such as apps and web portals, important days, books and authors. Then comes your sports, then comes your obituary, national affairs, international affairs, sports. These all topics are covered by us on our YouTube channel, which you can go and check it out also. Very important this section, because we provide you with the PDFs also with them that helps you to revise through a particular order, and it is very helpful to you, so you should definitely check it out. Then apart from it, we provide you questions regarding your particular exams also, such as bank, related to your banking. We provide you questions, we provide you PDF, we provide you material that will help you to revise those topics, those important topics. So very important. All right, so I definitely recommend you to check our app and do revise and to purchase the courses, because they will be very helpful to you. These, I strongly recommend you to use our app as well as website, and the quiz provided on the app is very helpful to you on the daily basis, and our monthly study material for your exams will do wonders. So do watch the video for the revision purposes, they are very helpful. And if you use my code Vikas10, straight away you will be getting an additional 10% discount on the purchase you made using the application. So additional discount for you students just from my side. It is a happy hour sale, you can say, 10% discount using Vikas10. So friends, let's start with the session now. So friends, let's start. First we'll be talking about Landsat 9. Landsat 9, it is a satellite to monitor the Earth landscape. This was recently launched by NASA. Mark it. Question can be asked, Landsat 9 is a satellite of which organization, or is it as a satellite that was launched by which organization? It is NASA's satellite and launched by NASA. That is to monitor the Earth's landscape. USA Landsat was, or can be asked, the name of the country Landsat 9 is located. As you know, it is of NASA, so automatically the country becomes United States of America. Landsat 9 was launched through the United Launch Alliance ULA Atlas V rocket that lifted from the foggy Vandenberg Space Force Base in California, USA. It will monitor the Earth's land surface by taking back the orbital track of Landsat 7, which will be decommissioned. It is a project of NASA. Country is United States of America, and the rocket that was launched used to launch this particular Landsat 9 satellite was Atlas 5 rocket. If we talk about NASA, administrator is Bill Nelson and headquarters is in Washington DC. Next we'll be talking about North Korea has confirmed the test launch of a new hypersonic missile, name of which is Hwasong 8. Question can be asked, Hwasong 8 is it is a new hypersonic missile of which country? It is of North Korea. Next we'll be talking about world's first solar exploration satellite. That means first satellite that will be exploring the various layers of the sun, or you can say the satellite that will be exploring on sun. What is the name of that satellite and the name of the country that launched that particular space or solar exploration satellite? That is the first solar exploration satellite launched by the humans, that is launched by China. And what is the name of the satellite? Satellite's name will be Xihe, Xihe. It is Xihe is the goddess of the sun who created the calendar in the ancient Chinese mythology. So China has successfully launched the first solar exploration satellite into space from the Taiwan Satellite Launch Center in the northern Shanxi province aboard a Long March 2D rocket. Coming back to the questions that can be asked, first solar exploration satellite is launched by which country? It is launched by China. Then what is the name of the rocket that was used to launch this particular satellite? It was Long March 2D rocket. What is the name of that satellite? Xihe is the name of that particular satellite. So coming back, the satellite has been developed by the China Aerospace Science and Technology Corporation. The satellite has entered its planned orbit. If we look at the key points, the satellite will operate in a sun-synchronous orbit at an altitude of 517 km with a solar space telescope as its primary space scientific payload. It will help researchers observe changes in the sun during the solar flares, such as changes in the atmospheric temperature and the velocity. The satellite will conduct the first space exploration of the solar harsh spectral imaging, is expected to improve China's research ability in the solar exploration. 10 small satellites, an orbital atmospheric density detection experimental satellite and a commercial meteorological detection constellation experimental satellite were also sent into the space with the use of same rocket. Current launch marks the 391st flight mission of the Long March carrier rocket series. Then, if we talk about India's solar exploration, the Aditya L1 mission is led by the ISRO with an aim to set up a space-based observatory to track the sun. The mission is expected to be launched by the year 2022, and the name of the India solar exploration mission is Aditya L1. This will provide observation of the sun's corona, that is the outer atmosphere of the sun. Question is asked most of the time, what is the name of the layer of the outermost atmosphere of the sun? That is corona. Then what is the name? There was another mission you should know, that China launched Shenzhou 13 with 3 astronauts on a 6-month space station mission. You should know that this Shenzhou 13 spaceship is carrying these 3 astronauts that was launched by a Long March 2F rocket. Alright. Next we'll be talking about South Korea. South Korea has launched first homegrown space rocket, and the name of that rocket is Nuri. I repeat, what is the name of the first homegrown space rocket that was launched by South Korea? It is Nuri. Nuri, the first homegrown space rocket launched by South Korea at the Naro Space Center in Gohaeng, that is 473 kilometers south of Seoul, South Korea. Although the mission was incomplete, the third stage engine stopped burning about 50 seconds earlier than expected. South Korea would press ahead by being the 10th nation to send a satellite into the space on its own technology without the help of any other country. So Nuri is a space rocket of which country? South Korea. Next we'll be talking about US. United States of America has successfully conducted 3 hypersonic missiles prototype. USA successfully tested the 3 hypersonic weapon component prototypes at NASA. The test was conducted by Sandia National Laboratories. This successful test led to the development of the US Navy's conventional prompt strike and the Army's long range hypersonic weapon, Offensive Hypersonic Strike. Moving on, not that important. Yes, market. France has launched military communication satellites Syracuse 4A. Question can be asked, Syracuse 4A is related to which country? As question is can be asked that Nuri is related to which country? So it is related to South Korea, and Syracuse 4A is related to France. France has successfully launched a state-of-the-art military communication satellite that was named Syracuse 4A into the orbit, which was carried off by Ariane 5 rocket from Kourou in French Guiana. It was designed to allow France armed forces across the globe to communicate swiftly and securely without any problem. Next we'll be talking about Shijian 21. Similarly, Shijian 21 is the satellite of which country? It is the satellite of China. So China has recently launched Shijian 21 satellite to test space debris mitigation technology. Another way question can be framed is that recently a satellite was recently launched to test the space debris mitigation technology. What is the name of the satellite, as well as what is the name of the country that launched the particular so and so satellite? So China is the country that launched, and the name of the satellite is Shijian 21, that is to test space debris mitigation technology. China, Shijian 2021 and Space Derby. What is the name of the rocket that was used to launch this particular satellite Shijian 21? It is Long March 3B carrier rocket was launched, and the station from which this was launched is Xizang Satellite Launch Center, that is in southwest China. If we talk about space derbies, it is any piece of machinery or derbies left by humans in space. It can refer to big objects such as dead satellites that have failed or been left in the orbit at the end of their mission. It can also refer to the smaller things like the bits of derbies that have fallen off the rocket. And they are a huge problem to satellites as well as upcoming missions. Next, very important market. What is the name of the country that has launched their world's first driverless train? The name of the country is Germany. I repeat, Germany has unveiled the world's first driverless train. German rail operator Deutsche Bahn and industrial group Siemens unveiled the world's first automated as well as driverless train in the city of Hamburg, Germany. Alright, direct and simple question. Next we'll be talking about ITCA to launch 75 satellites that are made by students, and it will be launched in the year 2022. What is ITCA? Indian Technology Congress Association, that is in Bangalore, Karnataka, focuses on building synergies between academia, industry and research organization. To commemorate that 75 years of independence, of India's independence, 75 student-made satellites consortium mission 2022. That means 75 satellites will be launched into the space that are made by Indian students in order to commemorate the 75th Independence Day of India. Under this mission, ISRO will launch these 75 satellites that are made by Indian students in schools and colleges into space in 2022. So the year in which they will be launched is 2022. To design and launch the student-built satellite, the ITCA has collaborated with various organizations such as TMI Sat of Israel, CSPD of Serbia and UNISEC of Japan. If we talk about ITCA, it stands for Indian Technology Congress Association. President is Dr. L.V. Murali Krishan Reddy ji, and headquarters is in Bangalore, Karnataka. I repeat, President is Dr. L.V. Murali Krishan Reddy ji, and the headquarters of ITCA is in Bangalore, Karnataka. Where is the headquarters of ISRO? ISRO's headquarters is also in Bangalore. Next, we'll be talking about AirAsia has claimed to be the first Airbus operator to start taxi bot services with passengers on board. Question: which organization or which company became the first Airbus operator to start the taxi boat services. So taxi boat services are started by which organization? It is Air Asia. AirAsia has become the first Airbus operator in the world to start taxi bot services with passengers on board with a modified Airbus fleet. It has announced that the implementation of an alternate taxi solution, that is TaxiBot. The airline has tied up with KSU Aviation, the exclusive operator of the TaxiBot in India. Delhi International Airport Limited was the first airport in the world that introduced TaxiBot, an operationally efficient and environment-friendly advanced taxiing solution in 2019. It is also the first operator in the world to adopt the green taxiing solutions. If we look at some of the highlights, the TaxiBot is considered as green revolution in airplane taxiing. It will help in enhancing fuel efficiency and predictive maintenance and services. Currently, TaxiBot deployed at Indian airports has completed 1500 taxi botting operations, and an additional 40 taxi boats will soon become operational at Indian airports. TaxiBot reduces emissions and noise levels at airport and the risk of foreign object and jet blast damage, and operates with a hybrid electric engine. But what is a taxi bot? Taxi bot is a semi-robotic tow-barless aircraft movement device developed by Israel Aerospace Industries. It can tow an aircraft from the terminal gate to the takeoff point, that is your taxi out phase, and return it to the gate after landing, that is your taxi in phase, without utilizing the aircraft engines. That means if you have been on an airplane, you must have noticed, like, this is an airplane, all right, and this is the front part of it. So when you land, these are the wheels. So there is a driverless, or you can say a car or a automobile that is used to take this airplane from one position to another without utilizing its own engine. All right, so that is your taxi bot. Moving on. Next we'll be talking about Dr. Jitendra Singh has launched air quality early warning system. I repeat, Dr. Jitendra Kumar has launched the air quality AQEWS early warning system. But in which state this was launched? This air quality early warning system was launched in Delhi NCR region, that is your national capital region of India. On 19 October, Minister of State, that is have independent charge, Dr. Jitendra Singh, who's the Ministry of Earth Science, has launched the Air Quality Early Warning System integrated with the Decision Support System for Delhi NCR. This DDS was developed by the scientists at Indian Institute of Tropical Meteorology, Pune, an autonomous institute of Ministry of Earth Sciences. It was released during the Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav week that was organized by the same ministry. If we look at the key points, the DSS has extended the ability of existing AQEWS to have decision-making capability for air quality management. The need for the DSS was started by the Commission for Air Quality Management in NCR and adjoining areas. It will provide the following information: contribution of emissions to the air quality from Delhi and the surrounding 19 districts, contribution of emissions from 8 different sectors in Delhi, contributions from biomass burning activities in the neighboring states, and possible quantitative effects of interventions at the forecast air quality event in Delhi. These are the some functions of this particular air quality early warning system, and it will be established in the Delhi NCR region, that is the nearby regions of Delhi. Moving on. Next, just a minute. Yes, India has successfully test-fired Agni 5 missile with a range of 5,000 km. Question can be asked, Agni 5 is a missile of which country? India. It has a range of how much? It has a range of 5,000 kilometers. And you should know that India successfully test-fired this nuclear-capable blasting missile, that is Agni 5, which has a range of 500 kilometers from where it was tested off the Odisha coast, that is Dr. Abdul Kalam Island of the Odisha coast was the location from which this Agni 5 missile was tested, which is a nuclear-capable blasting missile with a range of 5,000 kilometers. Mark this data. Next we'll be talking about world's largest hydrogen fuel cell power plant. Where is this located and what is the name of the country that inaugurated the world's largest hydrogen fuel cell power plant? Let's look at it. The Ministry of Trade, Industry and Energy of South Korea. So that means it is the country of South Korea that has inaugurated the world's largest hydrogen fuel cell power plant. Why everyone is stressing on this hydrogen fuel? Because it is a clean fuel. That means on burning, when this fuel is burned, no amount of carbon is released into the atmosphere. That is, it has zero carbon footprint. All right, that will be helping to save our environment and achieve the Paris climate goals. Next, NASA has launched Lucy spacecraft, first space mission to study the Trojan asteroids. I repeat, what is the name of the NASA spacecraft that will be studying the Trojan asteroids? It is Lucy. All right. And what are Trojan asteroids? Let's look at first. Trojan is a small celestial body that are leftovers from the early days of a solar system. It shares the orbit of a larger planet of a large moon. The Jupiter Trojan asteroids are the swarm of asteroids that shares the Jupiters around the sun. That means we have done this. This is the sun, and say this is our planet, and any asteroid that is revolving in the same orbit of a planet is, or any asteroid, if this is earth and this is moon, any asteroid that is revolving around this orbit of the moon also, that will be considered as a Trojan asteroid. So in October, the NASA launched a 12-year mission of Lucy, which is the first expedition to the Trojan asteroids of Jupiter to study the evolution of the solar system and the formation of giant planets. The spacecraft Lucy was launched on a United Launch Alliance Atlas V rocket from the Space Launch Complex 41 at Cape Canaveral Space Force Station in the Florida, USA. The mission will be powered by solar energy and it will run for 12 years and will visit 8 asteroids. 7 of them are Trojans, which are located in the 2 separate swarms ahead of the and behind the Jupiter in the orbit, and one is in the main belt. The mission is named after Lucy, a 3.2 million old preserved human skeleton from Africa who belonged to a species of hominians, which is one of the oldest known humans relatives. So coming back, Lucy is the first space mission to study Trojan asteroids, and Lucy is the mission of which organization? Lucy is the mission of NASA. Hello friends. Through our recent General Affairs section analysis, we have identified that the news related to mega events is finding more weightage in the competitive exams. In order to cover related news to mega events such as Olympics, national awards, cabinet appointments, all of which contain heavy information, we have chosen a different way to convey that information using interactive infographics. Here is an example of interactive infographics. Using this, you can choose to study various information just from the single PDF. If you want to talk about the medal tally of Tokyo Olympic Games, just by clicking on the image of medals, you will be able to see the information related to medals. Now, if you want to study about any of the players mentioned here, just by clicking on the image of that particular player, you will be getting the information related to that particular player. Now, you will be provided with 2 types of PDFs. One is your desktop version and second is your mobile version. As the name suggests, desktop version is for both PCs, laptops, and your mobile version is basically for the mobile phones and tablets. In order to use your desktop version in mobile phone, you can use the software of WAPS application in your Google Play, and you can access the desktop version of the file in the phones also. So friends, this format of presentation will help you to remember all the valuable information in an easy manner by connecting information to the related images. Our team has worked immensely hard to bring this to you, and so please do share your valuable suggestions and feedback through comments, as it will boost us to create further such initiatives. Thank you. तो फ्रेंड्स, ये थी हमारी वीडियो. अगर आपको आज हमारी वीडियो से कुछ ना कुछ सीखने को मिला है तो जल्दी से जाइए और हमारे चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर दें और इस वीडियो को लाइक कर दें. और फ्रेंड्स, अगर आपको हमारे कंटेंट से रिलेटेड या फिर हमारी कोई ऐप से इशू आ रहा है, कोई भी आपको प्रॉब्लम है, तो आप हमारी जीमेल आईडी जो कि है support@affairscloud.com या फिर हमारा नंबर 9677333862 पर कांटेक्ट कर सकते हैं एंड हमारी टीम जल्दी से जल्दी आपके इशू को रिजॉल्व करने में आपकी सहायता करेगी। सो टेक केयर।